Vivian, I found it.
You... Even though I asked this of you, I was not... I feared the executors had seized
I met with one of these, and I convinced him to let me keep it. He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie...
It does. But it also means that the truth is not immutable. Provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people, as the sad history of the bearers proves.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissent. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse. And that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination...
Do you still feel that way?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective. But the more I study, the more I find value in this perspective. In looking not from... So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my... Remember, Clive, when enough people give the men and women of this benighted world...
I'll try, Vivian. Mid?
Aw, you make it sound like I asked you to save the world or something.
Tell me.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went over the... and a cogwheel. Just a tiny one. Gear's that small are a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling.
Wait. The children... When they took apart your scales, there was... Now that I think about it, They...
The young'uns? But why would the... I'll keep working on the model. You go...
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly.
Sid!
She wasn't hiding. She's just busy working on her next...
A new invention? Is it an airship?
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs something special. A brass gear. A tiny one.
Oh, the one you forgot!
We saved it, just in case. It's in the back.
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling all the pieces that are left over. We keep under our beds, just in case.
That's...
Look! I found it! Is that all? Just the gear? We have more parts if Mid needs them.
That's all for now. But I'll let Mid know about your...
Thanks, Sid.
Whatever should I write next?
A love story, perhaps?
But with a happy ending, of course.
I hear that you traveled to Ash, Sid. Did you by any chance recover?
I did.
If I the bearer... The director was a brutal man.
The registry was all I found beneath the tree. There was no sign of a body. Or any record of what happened.
I pray that at least some of their names are here. My friends. I can still remember their faces. Children who were taken from their bunks in the morning. No explanation ever offered.
They'd be happy to know that you survived, Herman.
But why did I make it out alive? Once...
It's not your fault. And see that their names live on.
I'm going to write a book. And all of Valisthea will, and in the name of those I lost.
Neither will I.
These records would have been buried for all.
Do you suppose it's magic keeping the thing afloat?
What else could it be? Has Little Doll mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly. She seems preoccupied. Well?
They did. And they can...
Will it work? He's perfect!
What exactly are you going to use it for?
Only the most important. The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right place... Well, you... That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flight and it won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes, children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it isn't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm gonna bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. My dad always said, dream big. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? Only that it's a good one. And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left in me.
I'm sure you do.
Has Midadolman... mentioned a new project yet?
Not exactly.
You should have seen him.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve but he didn't lose heart.
Indeed it is. The fact remains, however, that Ember, all I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is this—
Wait, Sergeant. And this time he was found wanting. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. And any mark, but a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things rarely do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Porter's Alder as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle-axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke...
Us? I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company.
And what kind of company were you expecting?
Criminal? How? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this...
Upstanding. He calls him...
Once more unto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation. We wish simply to bring stability, and to do that we must convince those in power. There will be disagreements, yes. And if we show them the path, the fate of the world lies in my nephew's, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must...
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been a... Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Tri-Unity. Well, my boy, the stage is...
That it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall. And there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
What do you think that thing is?
You all right?
Something troubling you?
No more. It's just... Eda's baby will be
I'm sure she'd like that.
back in the north. Families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That, or the bird whose horse it's attached to.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing. I think I might make that my first port of call.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
It's usually me making them. If Joshua's worried about Jill, Lawsman Harpocrates, I received your note.
Ah, yes. I expect you're wondering what this is all about.
You spoke of making amends with Dion, but I can't imagine what for.
Then I should begin by... This was some years ago, of course, before I joined Sid in his hideaway. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and was accordingly invited to the palace to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding. Alas, our time together was cut. I had not expected to meet with him again.
Have you spoken with him?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. Not when I know he dwells upon the evil of...
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, and I did nothing to ease. It is one of my greatest regrets. And what he truly needed was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tail. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted inner solace. Fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found where even the most outlandish opinions align.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower? And how will I know it?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink for the well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait, where the flowers once grew in abundance. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But try as I might, I can find no likelier location.
It's all right. I'll find...
Thank you, Clive. And please, be safe.
Joshua, I read your message. I don't think I'd realized how different, but
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. But how to do that?
When, of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy, and Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill?
To see the snow daisies. I remember it was the first time Father had allowed us to join. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire...
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take... It was the Lord Commander who finally found us.
And then it seems you and Jill have...
Man's Hill.
Oh, true.
You're saying I should go and scout the area?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
Fly, Ambrosia.
All right.
Might this be Nickelberg?
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you, too, heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that.
They came here to perform the rite.
just as this village is that altar where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and
give themselves.
Oh, Lord, let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes. He's staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third. Jer still lives. Let's go and find him.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He said...
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill.
He said that you had failed to report.
I came here to study the followers of this. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their will. I know that it may be hard to believe. Forgive me, my lord. But I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great... Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Beneath the flood. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready. This one. We meet again. I've killed your kind before. This one. Sick of him. Get him. Sick of him. This one. Let's try. Get him. Over here. All yours, Torgal. Get him. Get him. This one. All yours, Torgal. Damn it. Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation by devoting themselves to the service of their Lord, just as I did when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
saved. I should get this report to Cyril.
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickleburg.
If you could not...
The villagers, they prayed to their god that they might be Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that life...
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect. It matters not how misguided, only that the decision is one. We live according to the teachings of our order, for better or worse.
But he didn't die for your creed, and you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe we of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants, and this was his will.
I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours, and were they here, I have no...
Come on. Run like the wind. It's been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. They are. Might as well pick enough for a bunch, I suppose. Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo. Near some gutted hovel, not far from East. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some...
We'll see.
Got a few rooms going spare now. You want a bed for the night?
Look. Daddy, shining so brightly. Isn't it pretty?
Whoever's idea it was to take those bearers away to Eastport has my thanks. Who else would it have been but
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not but if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you but...
It wouldn't be the first time.
Doesn't still hurt, does it?
Oh, 1,000 Akashic jars couldn't hurt me. I'm a son of Rosaria, after all. Born survivor.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine.
I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all... No one has seen a silver choc. Word is, they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bring. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their
You're probably right. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even abandoned.
Can hardly make out a blooming thing. For a sunny day.
Bandits for a change. More tracks. And these look fresh. A chocobo was here. And recently. anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. Just borrowing a feather from... Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds. This is the place, but... I'm sorry, Clive. There's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where...
Perhaps, but... It's the only place I know of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard? Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
It was no trouble.
Clive, you're back. How'd you get on?
Any luck, you say?
Crystal's crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool.
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence...
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight, they'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run. And now all that's left is to fix it.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittle, and that bone Ember gave me's a...
But it weren't your raven. I slew one of my own.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
Oarsman. I found that...
You did?
I think I did. You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not?
Oh, I don't...
It's no trouble.
I was wondering when next you'd visit. Thank you again, Clive. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Your Highness, would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
No.
No. Our lawsman has something he'd like to...
Master Harpock? No. I dare not after everything I have done. I have taken countless in it, all because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt, but were I to meet with him again...
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve.
I must, at the very least. Very well, then.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might not to mention the wyvern tales. I shall plant their seeds.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to...
Why? These flowers bloomed in the bleak black...
What's this?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, my stolas quill. 'Tis said that, so consider this my wish for you, that one day you may put down your sword and pick up that.
Well, when that day comes, I'll certainly have a lot to write about. Thank you, Harpocrates. It shall have pride of place in my chamber.
There's something about it. I feel like it's...
How are you feeling?
Well... Is...
Wrong? No, nothing like...
Go on. Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's from... It's a good luck charm. I mean, a baby. Oh,
I thank you.
If there's anything you need.
I will.
Fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day, my mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout?
Yeah.
Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many. I said I was to get back to work anyway. Clive.
What is it?
Thanks for...
I know.
Do you think they'll come back?
Of course they will. It's just a big crystal. How hard could it be?
Say what you will. That should tide us over until the new moon.
What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would both have similar climbs and the right...
Right.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the royal meadows in Sembrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was... I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oilerfeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
And how might I help the gang?
Those things didn't fight like men.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Meadows are vast. Where do we even... What?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
these things. See them? I do. The flowers and our friends. Attack! Let's try. This one. Attack! Get him! Stay down! Over here! Blow What do you see, boy? Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
There be light! Attack! Over here! Get him! That was harder than I expected. But found her. She'll love them.
It appears my work is done. The rest, well, you and the sky. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm.
Jill.
There is?
It's, how would you fancy a trip to...
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or... tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped, so lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night,
Dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together. There's something about it. I feel like it's...
marks. Quite a specimen in this too. This one. Over here. This one. Over here. This one. No match for you, eh, Torgal?
Madness lives on.
Over here! Go for it! Second! Go for it! This one. Over here. Get him. This one. Second. Over here. Get him. Second.
Enough! Rest in peace.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue-eyed... Do be careful.
I will.
Faster!
All right. Time to fight.
Be safe.
To madness! On your knees!
He has heard. It doesn't look like he's willing to listen.
Get him! Only your death will tell! For your
This one.
over here!
This one.
Be with your life! Live!
Damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
There's something about it. I feel like it's
Trouble with your gear, or something falling, do you? No scratches, all right?